Alrighty, survivors, welcome into my very first episode of 7 Days to Die. This is the first episode of the new 1.0 release update, and I am excited. So this came out about a week and a half ago. I'm probably getting to this now that Peter can run a little bit of everything here. I am be playing on the normal settings, except I'm playing on Nomad, and the number of zombies goes up to 24 per blood. Other than that, this is going to be a standard playthrough. I do not know what to expect. I have played very little of this. I know a little bit of like this challenge system, but I don't really know anything else. Okay, so now I have finished all of my starting challenges, and I got 4 skill points. Now what I normally do is I like to go for like knives and clubs to start out. Typically I will use the knives during the day and the clubs a little bit more on night to avoid the running zombies. So I'm going to get a level into deep cuts and 1 pummel Pete, a minor 9er, or minor 69er, and then as well as cardio. Cardio will make it so that I lose a little bit less stamina as we go. There aren't a whole lot of places to loot, so I'm going to quickly loot this place here and see what I find. In the release updates for the new 1.0 update, I am most excited for the different armor that we're gonna get. It seems like there's a bigger variety of the buffs that we're gonna get. Because before it was just you're gonna get this amount of armor and that's about it. But from what I understand, different armor sets are gonna have different perks, like more ore you can harvest, or you can get more wood or do more damage. So I'm hoping to find a few of those here. My biggest goal for day 1 is to establish a base. I get at least a few quests done, at least 2 or 3. When I was playing or starting to play the game, I realized I was starting to get infected a lot more often. I was feeling a lot more hungry. Maybe it's just me. Oh, let's go ahead and put our knife down here. Listen, zombie, I am on a mission. I won't let you get in the way. But I hope you guys are excited for this just like I am. If you guys have not yet gotten 7 Days to Die, however, they did raise the price. But I think it is totally worth it. I got it whenever it was about $25. And I still have yet to be disappointed. So if you guys have not had a chance to play this game, I highly encourage it. A lot of fun. It's a game that has a lot of replayability, which I can't say for a whole lot of games. Come on. But this is definitely one of my games that I think I have the most hours in. I think I have one game more, but this is definitely one of those games. Okay. I hate when they crash like that. It makes it super hard to kill them. But yeah, so I'm going to loot this POI, and then I will see you guys over at the trader. Now, like I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if this is a real mechanic that they changed, but I've gotten infected way more often than I have in the past. So if you do see any wild stumps, or you can get any honey from a trader, I would encourage you having at least 1 at all times, at least at your base, because it seems like I'm getting infected like twice as often now. And it's the good thing with doing level 1, like the tier 1 quest, is that you tend to find more as a reward for beating the quest. But just in general, it's always good to have honey on you. So if you see these stumps out of wilderness, go ahead and break them. They have a 10% chance of giving you extra honey. So you have a good chance of getting that. If you are at a POI and you see a stump, that gets bumped up to 25%. So I highly recommend that you bump these down on the chance that, in this case, I find honey here. So now I can be immune from 1 round of the disease. And it looks like we have a huge town here, which is awesome, because that should mean that we should have a very diversified set of POIs for the trader. What I hate are traders that are secluded to like 1 area and there's no POIs around, because it means I gotta walk at least 400 meters to get to like 1 POI. and it can be very time consuming. Now, one strategy I will be using very early on are using Mega Crushes if I can, because that way, before I get my bicycle, I can use one to run to a fetch quest, get that, come back in like a minute, and then rinse and repeat as long as I have fetch quests in there. Even like the kill zombie quests is still really good. Okay, so we seem to come on our first trader. This is me, Trader Rect, who is exclusively going to be a part of the forest biome. Now, different traders are going to be a part of different biomes, so you're going to always find him here. And he will always give you a shovel.
Decide already.
So that's always his first quest. So I'm seeing some stuff here already. You have so every single piece of armor that you're going to get is going to have a bonus. Except for the primitive armor, which that's only going to be for an armor rating. But for this, I will get a plus 2% loot bonus, and this will actually upgrade as it levels up. And then the same for other kinds of armor here. So I would highly recommend you look around and see what build you're going to go for. And I need to get the quest first, and to figure out how you want to make yours built.
Look, Blockhead, I'd say it's been an honor.
Alright, let's go ahead and do this first buried quest. Which, by the way, will also be your very first quest every single time. Look at that, more honey. Okay, we're here at our first dig quest, and I believe they made this actually a little bit easier. It seems like the circle was a lot smaller. But now we have to dig in the ground, and what we're looking for are buried supplies that's going to have white river supplies. And it's going to be somewhere in the hole. What I recommend doing, by the way, for the earlier quests, get some building blocks. You're going to build down until you find the supplies, or you get a message saying it's not easy to find the treasure, because that will both spawn in zombies, most likely. So you want to have an easy way to escape. So what I do is I like to have a hole down. I'll keep mining a little bit until something pops up, and then I can build out if I need to. Just like that. So you're getting close to treasure as a message saying that, so the radius is now reduced, and there's a chance that zombies will spawn. So you want to make sure that you have an easy way out. Okay, so here are the supplies. The zombies will not actually spawn in until you actually leave and you get everything from the box here. So if you can, which these are all terrible supplies, as long as you're in this menu, they won't attack you. So once I grab this, now you're going to hear snarling. That's them. Easy as that. And every one of these quests, I think there's a 25% chance that you're going to spawn zombies whenever you get closer to loot. And then it's a 100% chance that 1 to 3 zombies will spawn whenever you finish the quest. So now we're going to go ahead and bring this treasure back to the trader. And then we'll see what he gives us. And it's going to be a weapon. So based on your playstyle is what you're going to be choosing. Everything here is going to be good for each of your specs. So the intelligence perk is going to be for baton, agility's pistol, and so on. So what I'm going to be going for, despite what I just said, that if you're speccing into, in my case, knives or agility, you would pick the pipe pistol. However, the shotgun can pack quite a punch, especially if you're on like adventure or a lesser difficulty. I'm on nomad, so I'm like right in the middle. But I'm going to do shotgun just because it can pack quite a punch. And then now we can pick a new quest, and unfortunately they're all really far away. So we're gonna get the.
Look who's tired of eating out of dumpsters and finally ready to do some. Well, don't just.
I mean, I like dumpsters. I think they're tasty. So we're gonna go ahead and pick the closest quest. I do want to make a home base though. So what I ideally like to do is make one right next to the trader that's already established. Usually, I would make my own base, but this is mainly just a tutorial. So we're not gonna worry about things looking good. We're just gonna be working on how to play the game most effectively and show you my tricks on how I play the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear this place out, set up my base, and then I will go ahead and head to the first quest. Alright, Take that. Yes. Alright, we are here at our first quest at Buzz's Bar for a clear quest. Now, my main weapon is going to be a knife, as it's going to have a decent amount of damage output. You have to be really good with how you hit your enemies. If you're not good at like fast decisions like that would happen, then you want to be too good at this at all. Now, if you're decent at tracking their heads, then this can actually be a breeze for you. The main reason why I use this is because it uses such low stamina that you can do a lot of power attacks without getting overwhelmed because you have no stamina. So if you are good at head tracking and you want to just save stamina, that's a great way to do it. Alright. Where's your body? Now these things are... Okay, those are really annoying to get because the head moves so much that the knives become really hard to use. Yeah, you don't belong here. Hello, zombies. Ooh, it's a biker. So the dancer here, she is known as a level, in my case, a level 1 zombie. How I see her, because she is the weakest out of the bunch, gives us the lowest amount of XP, takes the least amount of damage, but are easy to take out. How these bikers, tourists, officers, those are all going to be in the tier 2 zombies, where they are the tankier, they hurt a lot more. I believe they can get you infected more often. Like that, what they took 18 hits of damage, but gives you a lot more XP. So in my opinion, I would take out the smaller zombies first, and then worry about the bigger dudes, because they can overwhelm you really fast if you're not experienced. Like I'm not. I may have 1,800 hours in this game, but I'm not exactly the greatest. Okay, now with our quest done, now go ahead and go back to our trader and get our reward. Another great thing I really enjoy about the update is that if you pick up trash and you start looting it, it'll start disappearing. So it won't just stay there. So like this pile right here, I go and grab it. Now it's gone. So it makes it a lot easier for me to know like what I've looted, what I haven't looted. Listen here, bucko. This is my town. There's a new sheriff in town. That's me. Okay, so now for doing the very first quest, now we're gonna have options here. If you are looking for supplies, wood is not terrible. You will often find a lot of food, and honey is often one of the level 1 quests you're gonna get, or the rewards for quests. So I would highly recommend you get this if you don't already have it. I have 2, so I'm gonna go and skip it. I'm gonna go ahead and get the wood just for the early base building. And now the quest, for some reason, after you do the dig quest and then the first quest, the quest now resets. So now you have more options, but this is the only time it'll ever do this. So now I'm going to pick up a quest at the Poopy Pants the country daycare. Okay.
Let's get one thing straight.
And this is what I do for like at least the first few days. I just focus heavily on these the starting quests, because once I can do 7 of them, I can then get a bicycle, which will make moving around so much easier. I did get another skill point, and I am probably going to put that into agility to start working towards my knives and D-cuts level 2. Alright, we are here at our quest. I do see a zombie out there behind this green car. Okay, vehicles book. Awesome. Where are you at? Oop. You're a jumper. Now we're just gonna slowly loot this POI as we go. Clear every room slowly. Make sure we get everything out of it. Yeah, stay down. Alright, I think there's 2 more left to go. Okay, so we're gonna clear her out first. Or at least get her down. Do some damage to Big Mama over here. Alright, awesome, we got a loot bag too. Loot bags can drop from zombies randomly. They can have ammo, weapons, armor, and coins. And this time we got ammo and some medical supplies, so pretty sweet. Our final loot stash is in double armor pocket mod. That's super good. Some bullets. What's in this desk? Cloth? Okay, not bad. Medical journal. And then finally, the country sealed shipping crate. Okay, knife guy, awesome. So as you spec into specific perks, for example, like for me, I'm doing deep cuts, which works for my knives. I'm going to be finding more books about how to increase my knife skill so I can craft better knives or even find better knives. As you go with different kind of perks, there's so many different kinds. So for most weapons, what it'll be is it's going to increase your damage, your fire rate, and your reload, whilst also finding more of the same guns, parts, and ammo. And that works for shotguns, pistols, the rifles, just anything that can really give you ammo. I think my personal favorite, as I said before, right now is going to be the shotguns and the knives. As we go through this, I am going to be transitioning slowly into the pistols because I'm gonna be going into agility anyways. Oh, this is the wrong POI. So I would playtest around like what kind of works well for you. As a starter, if you are new to if you're new to 7 Days to Die, I recommend doing the shotgun and club combo. The strength tab here is kind of like the starter tab for you because you can get perks that give you more damage, more resources, better armor, and tools that almost everyone uses in most games. So that's where I would go into if you're brand spanking new. If you spec into something like shotguns and you are so late in the game that you can't get more perk points.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm going to grab this. Then I would highly encourage you to get the Grandpa's Forgotten Elixir. That is a great way to reset all your points so that you can respec into something that you want. If you are like so late in the game, you already have weapons that you weren't really expecting to before, but they're pretty powerful that now you probably could. So that's what I would recommend. But for now, if you're a new player or even advanced, I would still stick to shotguns and clubs. It's honestly a pretty decent loadout. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and unload my stuff here, and then I will meet you guys at the next POI. Alright, our next POI is going to be a fetch quest. Uh-oh. Okay, there's a dog. This could get a little rough. Dogs are early game are super hard to deal with, especially if you don't have a good weapon to take him on. As you can see, I have an abrasion and I'm currently infected. And we're gonna have another one spawn in right about now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to craft some more wooden blocks. Sit up here for a little bit. And kill him. Now, your blocks here may not be so sturdy. I actually, if I had missed a shot or those 2 shots didn't kill him, I would have definitely been attacked by the dog. So, if you have time to upgrade the bottom, awesome. If you don't, it is okay. You should have enough time to kill a dog before it can break the bottom block. Clear these guys out. The good thing about a fetch quest is that you don't have to kill the zombies. You can just go inside where you have to go. So the yellow icon in the back, the bag icon, says go into this trailer here. And now I'm done. So now I can just leave this place and forget about it. For me, early on, I like to do that because it means I can go back and do that quest immediately. Ideally, I want to do at least one more quest before we get off for the night. So that way tomorrow in the morning, I will already have a little mini base set up. I can go and do some quests at 4:05 in the morning. They changed it from 6:05 to 4:05, which is awesome. And then just now to give me more time to do quests tomorrow. So we're going to head back to Trader, get our quests, and then I think I'm going to start making a horde base after we do our 3rd quest. Listen, tough guy. I have 1 knife. You have your flabby arms. I think I'm going to win this fight. That's right. I'm the sheriff in town. So now we're back at the base. I am going to take care of my infection with some honey. An abrasion can be fixed with a couple of things, and usually it's just first aid stuff. So first aid bandages or first aid kits often work. So we're gonna go ahead and use the bandage, and it'll heal it by 300%. So it should go down to like 6-7 minutes by now. 8 minutes. Okay, cool. And then it'll also stop bleeding. Bleeding is one of the worst debuffs you're gonna see in the game. I encourage you to always carry a bandage on you. If you don't have first aid bandages, a null bandage will be just fine. However, a null bandage will not heal you at all, but it'll stop you from losing about 40 health from bleeding. So I would never leave your base without a bandage or some kind of way to stop bleeding if you can. Alright, we're here at our next POI. And before I go in here, I'm going to make a couple of things. So I need more armor. And from the starting quest, I already made the outfits. So now we're going to use plant fibers and some wood and create primitive hood, some gloves, and some shoes. This will all give us a decent amount of light armor rating. So this is basically the amount of damage that you can now take more of. So now if I put everything on, I'm going to have a defense stats of 31.68. So now I will take 32% less damage from zombies, which for starting out is super helpful. The last thing I did get was another perk point, so we'll put that once again in agility, and hopefully we can get another perk point to get into deep cuts. That was a fast kill. Okay, so now I'm currently hungry, so that is going to reduce my overall max stamina by roughly 20%. Just eat food and you'll be okay. I don't think I have any on me right now, but I have plenty of it at home. So now this quest's done, we're going to head back home. We're going to start working on a small base for us. One, to help us defend from oncoming zombies, but also just to have somewhere to live that isn't in a pre-built POI. Just give myself more space. So I will see you guys at the trader for our final reward. Okay, we got here just in the nick of time.
Trader Rex is closing shortly. And get the hell out of here.
So what I'm gonna do is pick up the Burning Chef schematic and pick up a new quest for tomorrow. But we're not gonna do the quest tonight. We're gonna do that some point tomorrow before he opens. So now what we're gonna do, get back home, get some food, and then we're going to start working on our base. And now that I look about it, it looks like this is actually a pretty decent base to start off in. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear out whatever I can here to open up space to put down more crates and hopefully future workbenches. Now after looting that whole bookstore, I ended up getting actually a ton of books. So I got 3 tool digest, armored up, a bow skill, schematic, something for clubs, medical stuff, food stuff, wiring stuff, and another knife book. This is a great way to level up your tools, or your crafting for tools rather. Another big thing I'm going to also do is break down this door, and in its replacements, there we go. I'm going to put down a hatch so that way I can attack zombies over the hatch and that they can't get in. This is a great way to defend your base, because now you can attack them here, but they can't break through this unless they break this. So you are safe, and hopefully for the first few nights you won't have much trouble. And the start of rest of this day, I'm going to go ahead and clear out the rest of this building here. At least go ahead and make it a little more homey. And I will see you guys in the next episode, where we should hopefully be getting our bicycle and hopefully tier 2 POIs. I'll see you guys soon.